Hey guys, it's Ryu here. Today we're going to take a look at the E-Blue Cobra Junior gaming mouse. You can see I've got the box here and I've got the mouse here. Uh, this is a mouse that uses an optical sensor. It's a very low cost, good budget mouse. It runs anywhere from $10 to $15 online. I bought it for $12 with free shipping from Amazon. And the reason why I bought it is I'm a big fan of the Razer Diamondback, which I have here. This is the Diamondback 3G from Razer. Big fan. I've been using this mouse since the original Diamondback, I think in 2004, 2005. And I've been looking for a mouse that had the same size and shape and weight. And I stumbled across a review of someone using this mouse online where they claimed that it was actually a clone of the Diamondback. So for $12, I figured I better try it out and maybe even find my new gaming mouse. So you can see here, as I mentioned, E-Blue is the manufacturer. There's the URL. It's e-blue.jp. The box here is nothing fancy. They mention the specs here. As I mentioned, it is an optical sensor. There's the different DPI stepping, 400, 800, 1600, and they rate the switches to 3 million clicks. Just some general information about the mouse itself, and then some features and stuff, the DPI switching button, which I'll show here in a minute. I didn't do an unboxing. The box is incredibly tiny, and it looked like they literally just took this mouse, wrapped it in bubble wrap, and then jammed it in that little box over there. So I didn't think there was any value in the unboxing process. But I mentioned the Diamondback 3G, and I also have my Zowie FK to help compare, which is what I've been using recently. It's probably the closest in the shape to the Diamondback that I've come across so far. So as you can see here, the shape, comparing between the Diamondback 3G and the Cobra Junior is very, very similar. Height, almost the same, although it looks like maybe right here it's a little bit taller for the Cobra Junior. You can see here on the sides, they both have the similar kind of light rails where when they're plugged in, they light up here. And the reason that I like the shape, it shows you can see here it kind of comes in on the sides. It does it on both sides because it's an ambidextrous mouse. And the same shape exists here in the Cobra Junior. So that's almost an identical. I mean, it is almost a clone in the shape here. And the reason for that is because I've been using a Diamondback for almost 10 years now, where my pinky and my ring finger sit on the mouse. They kind of hook underneath. I use a very traditional claw grip. And so on the FK, it's a similar indentation, but then it gets thicker on the ends here. So you can see where the Cobra kind of comes to a point here, and it maintains the same shape to the end. This one kind of comes in and then kind of comes back out and is very rounded. So where I grip the mouse, where my fingers sit, it kind of presses against the side here where it gets a little thicker in width. So the shape here is very, very similar. You can even see, the button grooves. There's a groove in the mouse buttons here. You can see the same on the Cobra Junior. In terms of the stiffness, it's actually a very nice feeling switch. I'm not sure the switches they use in here. It feels a little bit. It's actually very similar to the Diamondback, but this Diamondback's had a couple million uses, so it's hard to make that an accurate comparison, new to new. It's definitely a much softer click than the Huano switches on the Zowie FK. That's certain. So pretty good click. Pretty impressed for a $12 mouse. The scroll wheel is very, very loose. It does have a little bit of some kind of click to it. It's not as ideal. The Diamondback mouse wheel is amazing. It's got the right balance of stiffness of the click, where you can feel that it's registering. You're rotating the scroll wheel with just the smoothness and speed that you can rotate it at. The worst one here being the Zowie FK. They're known for having stiff switches and stiff scroll wheels. You can see here that it's hard to see on the Diamondback. It's very, very easy to see. You got the two side buttons. They're actually in the exact same position as the Diamondback 3G here. It's just this is a kind of a translucent rail with the translucent buttons. It's a little hard to see. Here you've got your on-the-fly DPI switch button. You can just press that. Again, it goes from 400 to 800 to 1600. The weight of the mouse it's actually a little bit lighter, it feels like, than the Diamondback, but very, very similar. The texture they're using here is actually a little bit more similar to the FK. It feels a little bit low friction, but it's got some nice grip. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's definitely similar to this. This is a little bit more grippy. It's got a little bit more friction to it here. So where the mouse and the Diamondback differ, where they may not be like a one-to-one clone, which is kind of what I thought when I first took it out of the box, as you can see here as I flip these mice around, the mouse connection is in the normal spot here on the Diamondback. It's just dead center. And the mouse buttons kind of come out in front of the scroll wheel On this guy, it's a little off center, which is unique, and I haven't played with it yet, which I'll do a little bit later to see if that has any impact. But it's a little bit off center, and there's clearly a break here between mouse 1 and mouse 2. So a little bit different change there. But overall, I mean, it is pretty close in design, which makes me happy because, as I mentioned, I've loved the Diamondback for many years. I've used it reliably, and if the Cobra Junior here can replace it at $12, that's pretty astounding. So if you guys have any questions, you can email me directly. I'm always happy to reply, and I take the time to try to reply to all the emails I receive. It's ryu@ryulan.com. I'll also be streaming, playing Counter-Strike Global Offensive with this probably this week and possibly next week, depending on how much I enjoy it. And you can find me at twitch.tv/RYUCS if you guys wanted to chat or ask questions in real time. So I appreciate you tuning in and hope this was valuable for you.